Hello everyone, welcome back to another Blu-ray review. It is not only a Blu-ray review, but it is a 4K UHD review, a rather special, unique release, and this is of the movie Six String Samurai by Vinegar Syndrome. This is part of their VSU line. This is a film that I had no idea even existed until about 2 months ago or so, and that is because my co-host of the podcast that I run called Chasing Labels, which is all about movie releases in the boutique line of stuff, sent me a video about this movie, and I just had to get it. And this was part of their mid-year sale, and this is just an amazing, fantastic release. This is only the second of their VSU line of releases. Their first one was Beastmaster, which came out, I want to say, a year ago or so, and that is actually now out of print in this specific packaging form. So if you're able to track that down, get it while you can if you want to have the set. I still need to do that myself. So this is Six String Samurai, a film by Lance Mungia, and this film came out in 1998, and this film combines samurai film, rockabilly, Mad Max is thrown in there, a little bit of Wizard of Oz is thrown in there, and it is done on such a unique guerrilla-style shoestring budget that just pulls out all of the stops, and it is an amazing kind of achievement in that regard, and I really enjoyed this movie a lot. So, as you can see here is the awesome wraparound packaging art, which is amazing. And what I really love is there's nothing here on the back. There's none of that, paper that has all the details or anything like that. No glue, no tape, no nothing. Just beautiful, beautiful artwork. And the way these VSU packages open is there is a magnetic clasp here that you open like so, and as you can see, it's magnetic. So you open it up here and it just folds out like so with more of just amazingly beautiful artwork. Can't stress that enough. And here is actually the Blu-ray slipcover, which contains the 4K UHD as well as the Blu-ray. And the way that comes out is you just lift up this little ribbon here and it comes out, as well as the booklet that comes with it as well. So we have that. But before we get to those, once again, more gorgeous, absurdly gorgeous artwork on the inside. This thing is just covered. You really get your money's worth when you buy this release. Let's look at the UHD Blu-ray, and once again, gorgeous artwork, wraparound slipcover, which is not something you see all the time. And what is cool about their slipcovers is they're a sturdier cardboard, a bit of a matte finish when it comes to just the texture and the way it feels. I really love that about Vinegar Syndrome in general. It's not only this release, but all of the releases that come with slipcovers have that type of design and that type of feel. As you can see, here is the main character here on the front, kind of a roving Ronin, if you will, in a post-apocalyptic era where everyone is trying to get to Las Vegas. And because what happened is essentially World War III ended up happening with Russia and the United States kind of blowing up each other, if you will, and what we're left is with just this world of complete outlaws, chaos, a la Mad Max. And it's a really interesting road movie. It reminds me a lot of Lone Wolf and Cub, if you're aware of that film franchise. The reason why I say that, there's a young boy that accompanies our main protagonist here along on the journey, and it's a really cool artistic film. I really dug it a lot. So here is the cover art here, which is of course the cover art to the box that you just saw. You have the usual black 4K UHD Blu-ray case, and on the back here you get a list of special features as well as just a blurb about the movie. And there's some screenshots down below. And opening it up here, we get a 4K UHD disc as well as a Blu-ray disc. And there's no inner artwork. But there is reversible artwork, and the reversible artwork here, I believe, is the original poster of the movie. So you get the new artwork as well as the original poster of the movie, so you can kind of swap out whichever one you prefer. And for those of you wondering about picture quality, because perhaps some of you aren't familiar with Vinegar Syndrome, and you're not sure about what the quality of their release is when it comes to the aesthetics or the audio quality of the film, I'll say this looks absolutely amazing. This is a stunning picture for the film it is, and for the low budget that it is, and for all of those factors being factored into it. It's really an amazing achievement and release, and I can't stress enough about how really great the attention to detail, the effort, the time, the money that's put into a lot of Vinegar Syndrome's releases, and I've been continually blown away by what they've been putting out. I'm a relative new fan of theirs, so I'm just going based off of what my experience has been so far. So putting that aside, let's take a look at the booklet here, and it is a rather thick booklet, and here's the front. You get, like I said, the two characters, our main protagonist here, who carries a guitar around the whole time, as well as a samurai sword, and then the little boy that he's kind of taking care of, or is kind of following him, really. And on the back here is just some sand dunes. So it's, once again, another wraparound cover art, which you don't really see a lot of. And on the inside here is where we get wonderful essays as well as artwork as well. It's a little bit of a tight binding, so I wouldn't be stretching it too much if I were you. Just enough to read. And here's some behind the scenes pictures as well. So yeah, a lot of great stuff. So let's get into the special features here. So first up here on both the UHD and the Blu-ray, there's a brand new commentary track with director Lance Mungia and cinematographer Christian Bernier. A brand new commentary track with director Lance Mungia. And then the special features on the Blu-ray is Vegas Needs a New King, the making of Six String Samurai, and a brand new extended length making of documentary directed by Elijah Drenner and Lance Mungia. That in and of itself is worth to buy. That is brand new. There's 4 parts to it, I believe, and the whole thing runs well over an hour long. So that's really fantastic. What happens is the director basically tracks down and does interviews with all kinds of people who were involved with the making of the movie and gets their perspective on just how things were done at the time and just all kind of different perspectives and stories. Really fascinating work. It's kind of the stuff I love to see, because Lance Mungia was a college student at the time when he made this movie. So you really get kind of a interesting perspective from him, kind of looking back at his younger self and just all the things he did as a kind of brand new young filmmaker. So that's really cool. And then there's an extensive behind the scenes stills gallery, Garden of Rio, a short film by Lance Mungia. That is, I believe, his first short film that he did also while he was in college. I watched that. That's very interesting. So, some additional information here. It is a region-free 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray set, so it's completely region-free. 4K UHD presented in high dynamic range, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative. That's really important. Kind of really cool. They still have the original camera negative after all this time. And then there's reversible cover artwork, like I said, and then English SDH subtitles. So that has been my review of the 4K UHD Blu-ray release of Six String Samurai, put out by Vinegar Syndrome. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend getting into all of their stuff that they are releasing. They're doing fantastic work. And if you like this video, please check out the other videos I have on my channel and subscribe.